Okay, so welcome back to SwitchCorner. It's what I'm now dubbing a 2K day, as they just give us all the games in, well, one go. In this video though, we're hands-on with the BioShock Collection. In this first impressions review, you know the games already, so we're focusing pretty much on gameplay, breaking down the story briefly, and then answering some of the more common questions, like does it have gyro, how does it look handheld, what does it even include? Later today then you can even expect a video on XCOM 2, but with that, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. 2,000 of you have done just that in the last month, which is just insane to me, so thank you so much. But yeah, let's get started. So story quickly, in the BioShock Collection, it's bringing together BioShock 1, 2 and the third entry that was dubbed Infinite. BioShock 1, my favourite and probably a lot of people out there, it tells the story of a sole survivor from a plane crash in the Atlantic Ocean by the name of Jack. Taking place in 1960, you'll discover the entrance to the underwater city of Rapture. Now while Rapture may have been a paradise in the past, it's not so much anymore, and the local residents, they've gone quite mad. Aided by a mysterious stranger though known as Atlas, you'll be fighting to survive and just to escape back to the surface, using a metric ton of weapons and body modifications. This story is, simply put, an absolute masterpiece. Next up then, I will say the weakest entry, BioShock 2. It's set 8 years after the events of the original, and you'll be taking on the role of Subject Delta, a prototype Big Daddy, out to reunite with his little sister Eleanor. It's a great game, but it loses some of the impact of the original by giving you too much power, starting you out as a Big Daddy. And while Rapture is still impressive, I've got to say it loses a little bit of its wow factor second time around. Finally, BioShock Infinite, and this one just changes everything up. You'll be taking on the role of Pinkerton agent Booker DeWitt. You're sent to Columbia to recover a woman by the name of Elizabeth. Get Elizabeth, clear a mysterious debt. Gone here though is the underwater world of Rapture, replaced with an incredible city in the sky. This entry, I've got to say, gives you the most opportunity for exploration in the series and looks absolutely stunning. Outside of the core experience then, BioShock 1, it includes the Museum of Orphaned Concepts. It's an interactive museum to look at concept art and actually walk around basically. Challenge rooms, which are small puzzle sections, and a director's commentary. BioShock 2 then expect the DLC Minerva's Den and Protect the Trials, and then 3, the DLC Burial at Sea episodes 1 and 2, Clash in the Clouds, as well as some items in the form of the Early Bird Special Pack and Columbia's Finest Pack. I'd say all in all around 50 hours of gameplay easily, if not more, for completionists honestly. So BioShock way back in 2007 was an Xbox 360 series exclusive, and while the games they've made their way now to PC and everywhere else, they've always been predominantly focused on consoles, and I gotta say it definitely shows. Controls wise, there's honestly very little to say. It absolutely feels great, it's comfortable, and it achieves everything you would expect. For me, the only real disappointment here is I can confirm the game, it features no implementation of a gyro system. For me, shooters on the Switch, they benefit so much from this, and I would have loved to have seen the series take this extra step and throw the inclusion in. So graphics now in this collection is absolutely stunning. If you buy the physical release, expect alongside it a 31 gig download file. eShop, you're looking at somewhere around the 45 mark. One thing I can easily say though, this just became one of the best looking games on the Switch, and port wise it is absolutely incredible. It's as stunning now as it ever was, and Rapture and Columbia, they've just lost none of their charm. Creativity here, it's just constantly got something ready to surprise you, and whether it's the more, muted colour palette of the first two games or the vivid world of Columbia, the Switch not only runs it with ease, but it seems like a powerhouse in handheld honestly. There's something just incredibly satisfying about seeing it in my hands, especially with Infinite. The opening as you enter Columbia just looks amazing with some really nice lighting effects. Yes, this collection can stand up there now with the very best of them on the Switch today. So is this worth a buy? Absolutely, but I will say it's not cheap either. With the nature of the port, the idea a handheld needs to attract you, or the Switch must be your only way to play. That's not a dig on the games either, they are, as I said, as great as ever, and if I was scoring them, I'd say BioShock 10 out of 10, BioShock 2 8 out of 10, BioShock Infinite probably like 9.5 out of 10. They're about as good as it gets, but the price is a little high if you have an Xbox or PS4 to hand. The biggest miss here, and only miss really, not taking advantage of the Switch hardware and including gyro controls. Overall though, I have no doubts in giving this my recommendation, and I can easily say this is some of the best port work to date on the Switch. Just make sure you ask yourself how important is the Switch version to you, because you're definitely paying that Nintendo premium here. Either way though, look, there's no doubt about this one final thing. You are going to have a great time with this. Let me know if you do have any questions for me about the collection in the comments below. I will get to them as quickly as possible. In summary today though, look, what we have here is a straight up port on the Switch, and that's both its strength and its weakness. Stunning gameplay, stunning graphics, the storytelling, some of the best in video games. But yeah, it's just a straight port, nothing more, nothing less, and you're going to find this exact same game elsewhere at potentially a lower price. I know one thing though, to date, BioShock does not disappoint. Thanks so much for watching. Hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. 2,000 of you have done just that in May, which is insane to me, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.